Welcome back to part 2 of the story. If you click the description box, it should have led you right here. Just as a reminder, when you get to the end of this story, don't forget to go into the description box and click on link 3, which is a different story about Harry and Meghan. We do not have a royal family video today due to lack of content. So let's jump back in. Let's go. The Daily Mail reached out to Harry and Meghan to ask if they were involved in the decision to terminate those people, and also asked if Harry and Meghan were covering their own travel, accommodations, and security during Invictus. No response, wouldn't you know? Because if he lies and says no and then it comes out, that wouldn't look good for him. So Bill Cooper confirmed his removal on LinkedIn. And again, colleagues and friends were absolutely shocked. Now, of course, Invictus said that Peter was going to continue to support Vancouver Whistler 2025 as an ambassador and CEO emeritus, and you haven't heard a word about him since. This is my thing. I think they put out positive statements to keep these people from putting out negative statements. Hence, the fact that this other guy, they put out a positive statement about him before he could say anything to kind of negate him from saying anything he shouldn't be saying. Does that make sense? The next thing that happened is Help for Heroes, which is a charity for wounded veterans. In May of 2022, they were removed and they were no longer going to lead Team UK at the Invictus Games after training. And it is being replaced by the Royal British Legion, which will lead, they're saying, the end-to-end delivery of Team UK to the Invictus for the next 5 years, and will also be a major fundraiser. So it's very odd what happened, because here's the next thing that happened. Let's not forget that Harry is the chimpo of Gettr Up, and all of a sudden, Gettr Up partnered with Invictus. I always thought it was odd that something that's personal in a business relationship with Harry is suddenly able to invade Invictus. And at the time, Gettr Up put out a statement that they were only giving access to 500 people at no cost to the individual. The cost will be to Invictus. I have said in the past, and I stand by my statement, that is a huge conflict of interest. Harry is using his charity to funnel business customers to a business that employs him. The truth is, in my opinion, Harry is taking advantage of physically and mentally damaged soldiers using the Invictus Games to plug his mental health, startup Gettr Up. Now, keep in mind, I've previously reported to you guys that one of the coaches there has stated that Gettr Up has hired and fired so many VPs and they don't even know what Harry does there. Remember, they've had to slash jobs, they were doing sneaky pay cuts, all while Harry is making a 6-figure salary, and nobody can figure out exactly what he does except show up every 6 months to some meeting and spew word salad. Now, it's also important that you guys know, in case you don't, that, these veterans have severe PTSD, severe psychological and physical problems, and Gettr Up is life coaching. These are not therapists. These are people that can get a certificate off the internet in 6 months. They help you organize your life. That's it. When you should pay your bills, how you should keep your house clean. They help you organize things, how to get doctor's appointments in order. But they're not therapists. That's a big distinction. Now, in the meantime, it's being claimed that there are veterans who are involved in the Invictus Games, that they're very, quote unquote, regretful because Harry is no longer, quote, on their wave. The games have become too royal. The games are all about Harry and Meghan. What is Meghan going to wear? Meghan's giving speeches. Meghan is marching in front of soldiers. Meghan. It's not even Harry's anymore. It's Meghan's. But let me remind you, it was never really Harry's also, it was the whole family's. So people are asking veterans are asking Harry to step down. The article pointed out that Meghan gave a speech about how she had to buy her children milkshakes. Like, nobody really cared. Of course, we found out later on she was taking pictures behind the scenes with other people, which, were posted later. She did a speech on how to be strong and fight against things. Her speech was all about her. I know this about family and friends. 3 milkshakes and a school drop later, I landed a couple of hours ago. I'm thrilled to be the first event. I can do Invictus with all of you. I hear it. It's got off to a good start. I mean, it was this Mimi speech. The entire thing was all about her favorite topic, which is herself. It's being reported that over 2,000 veterans have left the games because of what's going on. And we also know that it wasn't that long ago that people were complaining that the UK royals, that William and Catherine and Charles weren't coming to support the Invictus Games. How terrible of them. My God, you can't have your patron, slamming these people and then expect them to show up smiling to support the Invictus Games. And this is a lot of why a lot of the veterans are walking away. Now, another problem is that Meghan, who apparently will show up to every Invictus game everywhere and even go to Nigeria, will not go to the UK. She refused to join Harry at the 10-year celebration because of the whole security thing that's going on. I could have brought Lily and Archie. We could have come as a family, but because the UK won't give my husband security, we just can't. It's too dangerous. But she had no issue going to Nigeria. Of course, we know the kind of security she got there. I mean, it's literally another ploy. Let's use Invictus. Let me give the reason why I won't return to the UK. She's already told everybody she'll never return to the UK, ever. And I think at this point, she's using the kids and the Invictus Games as an excuse. So I am sure, in going back to our original story, that all of these things, Harry bringing Gettr up in, veterans getting upset and leaving, veterans complaining because Harry has alienated his family and they're not showing up to the games, and then Harry accepting this Pat Tillman Award, I'm sure they all had something to do with this man walking away from Invictus and not even watching the Winter Olympics, which was his baby coming to fruition. He said now is the right time to step down. In other words, now is the right time to jump ship. I agree. Reminder, no royal family video today, unfortunately, because there wasn't enough information. So click the link in the description box to move on to video 3. And don't forget to leave those comments because I just know they're going to be really good and I cannot wait to read them. All right, let's go on to video 3.